Let us see. Let's see how this is working. I have never had frames drop as hard as they were dropping. Yes. No, still bad. Still very bad. Well, Streamlabs says it's okay. Twitch says it's bad. Oh no, Twitch says it's good now. Let me... I need to find Q. Is she not in here? Has she abandoned me? Oh, 26% drop frames? We'll go a little farther. So we've missed some of the quest line, and I'm so super sorry. That was not my intent. We didn't miss much. The stream was so... It was like 15 minutes behind. It was actually crazy. We found the vase. It was broken. That man that we talked to, his name is Gilgamesh, but Hildibrand's gonna call him Greg because he's kind of an asshole. And that was all that was missed, and it was just a lot of me on the Be Right Back screen as I tried to fix this problem and did not succeed. I believe everything is running fine now. I'm very sorry. I don't know if anyone's still here, but I appreciate it if you are, and for hanging in there. The stream got a little wily. Okay. So hopefully we are back in business. Oh right. So we found the pot shards, and we need to find the greatest goldsmith that ever lived. That was all that was missed. Allegedly. Oh, did I move things around by accident? Don't do that. Yeah. So found the girl's pot. It was broken. Gilgamesh sat on it. Hello. You just missed all those exciting technical difficulties. The Doblin's wounds indicate that it was felled with a hammer. A trail of bloody footprints leads to the north. I don't think it's been that long. Maybe whoever did it is still around. If Doblin became a zombie, what would that make a Zomblin or a Dombly? Alright. I am still... My own personal technical difficulties still persist. I cannot read and I cannot speak. This goldsmith is not to be trifled with. I know. I'm so tired of accidentally talking to you, Gilgamesh. The Basilic's wounds indicate that it was felled with a hammer. A trail of bloody footprints leads to the north. Basilisk. Couldn't say it on the spot. Had to stumble through it. A single blow to the head. Impressive. Yeah? You want to start a fight? You can't just mind your business? His handiwork is unmistakable. The corpse is still quite warm. The Doblin, the Basilisk, the Saruman, if all were slain with a hammer, as was the beast over yonder, unless I am mistaken. That chimera must be his latest prize, which means he must still be about. Mayhap he was watching us this very moment, attempting to ascertain our intentions. He was ever a cautious man when on the hunt. Alas, it comes to this. Though every fiber of my being cries out in rebellion, I must break my oath and do the unspeakable. What must you do that is so terrible? Oh, that wasn't her. That was Gilgamesh. I must dance. I'm gonna have to sing. I'm a Manderville man, doing only what a Manderville can. From the peaks of Corthus to Thanalan, Manderville man. I cannot avert mine eyes. That is the dance of House Manderville, passed down from father to son. Were I to perform it within sight of our quarry, he would not be able to resist revealing himself. Alas, I neglected to properly stretch my legs beforehand. My good woman, I see no other solution. You must dance in my stead, though it be a gross, nay, unconscionable violation of my family's traditions. I must bequeath to you the Manderville. I have learned the Manderville dance. The time has come for you to do only what a Manderville can. We are as siblings now, my constant comrade, for I have shared with you the secrets of House Manderville. Now you must use that knowledge, go to the fallen chimera, and dance like only a Manderville can. Are you really going to do the Manderville? Oh, I can't wait! I shall maintain my distance for now, but fear not. Should aught go awry, I will fly to your side at once. What manner of men can be summoned only through dance? We're about to find out. The Manderville questline is a lot emotionally and physically and just all around. It's just a lot. Fancy yourself a Manderville man? You would do only what a Manderville can? Then lift your legs and put up your hands. Be a Manderville man. He comes! Ho, ho, ho. You have not to fear from me, not at all. The only accounts I come to settle were with the Chimera. But you were not drawn here by some coincidence, were you? No, you came in search of me. Godbert. Why else would you gyrate your hips in such a gentlemanly fashion, if not that? But more importantly, how in the hells did you learn the Manderville? If I didn't teach you, then who? By the grace of Thal, what sorcery is this? He yet lives. I hate this quest line so much. Dun, 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 dun. Hildibrand, Hildador, Maximilian, Manderville. Fuck. 10 years, Hildibrand. 10 years since you left home, and 5 since I learned of your trip to Dalamond. How long were you planning to allow your mother and father to suffer under the illusion that their beloved son was dead? Son! You are Hildy's father! Godbert the goldsmith, the Manderville man, smithing as only a Manderville can. Oil him up and give him a tan fit for a Manderville man. Please, father, cease your elucidations at once. There are more pressing matters at hand. This antique vase must be made whole once more for the sake of Miss Maria. Do not worry, little one. I deal with worse cases before my morning bowel movement. That is such a thing to say. That is such a thing I had to read. Hold your applause until the end. Baragot, guide my hammer. Look at how it sparkles in the twilight, how it radiates elegance. Would you all not agree that it is a work of art? You've completely destroyed a priceless antique's historical value. Nonsense. I've taken a dull, unremarkable vase and transformed it into something far superior. I hope you were paying attention, Hildy. How long has it been since you last held a hammer? Father, that is not my path. I am an agent of inquiry, an inspector. It is my duty to help those in need. Miss Maria is one such person. There are others too, innocent people whose weapons were callously ripped from their hands by a thieving duelist. I thought you had put away your childish dreams. No matter, you will understand in due time. No, I will not. I am an inspector, father. I can be not health. Mr. Godbert, sir, I don't think my mother's going to like what you did. She probably won't let Master Hildibrand help with the investigation. We cannot say for certain, can we? Perhaps she will take a liking to this, reimagining. You spoke of a thieving duelist, did you not? It so happens I am something of a duelist myself. Were we to cross paths with this fellow, I would welcome the opportunity to pit my skills against his. And Diku as well, I should think. Indiku? I don't know. I see you two possess strong sense of justice. Full glad am I to have met you, Greg. Now let us return to Vesper Bay and see how our vase is received. Vesper Bay, you say? What a coincidence. I shall be traveling there on business once I've finished gathering materials. Oh, I think I might have seen a demon bird which took my weapon. Go on without me. I shall follow anon. That was a lot. Oh, I'm still walking. Yeah, the stream was lagging so badly. I don't know if he was actually introduced but he's an actual inspector that Maria's mother hired, and he's actually good at his job. Presumably, allegedly. I can't promise anyone is actually good at anything in this. I don't know if she's a good reporter. I don't think she's a good mother. I know they're not good inspectors. So, figure it out. I hope she likes it. Mother, I brought you the vase. By the gods, have you all no shame? How dare you make my daughter complicit in your... I don't know what that word is. I don't know where you found this gaudy trash, but it bears no resemblance whatsoever to the vase I purchased. Now see here, Lady Gerulda. Not only did you send Maria to fetch your priceless vase alone, placing her in considerable danger should bandits or wild beasts attack, which they did, but... Gaudy trash. Lord Manderville, sir, I did not realize you had arrived. Though I know it is nothing compared to the lavish accommodations and esteemed gentlemen such as yourself must enjoy, I pray my humble abode meets with your satisfaction. I am also complicit in whatever this is, so I would say probably not. Oh, it does, my lady. It does indeed. Especially that exquisite vase over there, yonder. Although, I gather from your previous comments that you do not like my reconstruction? Your reconstruction? Oh, I don't like it. I love it. I would go so far as to call it the new centerpiece of my Throne Dynasty collection. Ah, what a relief. I would have been most distressed had you said otherwise. We Mandervilles do so take pride in our work and ever strive for professional perfection. Oh, but why am I repeating what my son Hildibrand doubtless told you when he offered to investigate the duelist threats? Enough expository banter, I say. I cannot recall if your son used those precise words, but I do remember thinking that his help would be most welcome. You will be helping us, Inspector Hildibrand, will you not? Wait a minute. Your father is Lord Godbert Manderville, the man who took Alloyne Quiver and set on the Syndicate? It appears there have been a great many developments over the past 10 years of which I was completely unaware. In any case, we must redirect our energies towards the investigation of the thieving duelist. Our first order of business will be to review all the facts with consenting Inspector Baradin. I'm glad you put on clothes, sir. I'm, like, thrilled that you decided to put on clothes. Makes my stream safe for work. I hope I did not speak over much earlier. My wife would describe it as a proclivity to pontificate, but I prefer to think of it as an earnest desire to establish rapport with my fellow man. Come, we have a thief to catch. Let us seek out Inspector Briarden at once. I think she likes it. I don't actually think so. He was right here. Okay. Sir, I can't remember much about you, but I'm praying that you are competent. And save me from this questline. Why are you still here? Allow me to elucidate. Lady Didarulia has asked us that we assist with the investigation. Now kindly share with us all your information. Fine. Our plans have advanced to a stage that even you couldn't ruin anyway. I commissioned several reproductions of the Treaty Blade through a merchant named Jonapa, who traffics in counterfeit antiques. These blades have been delivered to the observatory, where they are being distributed amongst Lady Didarulia's cell swords. Once I give the order, they will transport them via alternate routes to Vesper Bay. Oh, I think I get it. You're hiding the real transport with a bunch of decoys, right? They're all decoys. The moment the thief strikes, all our forces will converge on his location, including those disguised as small folks along each route. The real Treaty Blade will remain in the original owner's vault until the thief has been apprehended. Everything has been accounted for. You are superfluous. Superfluous. I do believe that was the word. Mayhap we could use more small folk to watch the roads in and out of the observatory, assuming that you have the capacity to conduct yourselves in an unassuming fashion. Fear not, my fellow inspector, for I am a master of disguise. Have you had any information regarding the duelist himself? A description? You never thought to ask Humphrey, did you? The thief is said to be a towering brute, dressed in red, who wields a halberd. Ha! A man so garishly dressed should be easy to find in the snowy Corthus. Then I suppose we don't need your help after all, do we? Come or don't, I couldn't care less. Be seeing you. Pray forgive my lateness. Greg, my good man, what a pleasure to see you again. We just received new information regarding the weapon thief. A victim described himself as a halberd-wielding brute, dressed in... a ridiculous outfit. A ridiculous outfit? Oh, now I'm intrigued. What reasons would a warrior have for wearing impractical clothing? What reasons indeed. It is enough to make a gentleman laugh. That damnable demon bird continues to elude me, but no longer. Soon I shall claim my revenge and weapon both. Inspector Hildibrand would have you accompany him to Corthus. Allow me to summarize our current plan of action. Our destination is the Observatorium, and our mission is to pose as goodly small folk in accordance with Inspector Briarden's instructions. Naturally, should the situation demand improvisation, we are to disregard those instructions. Any questions? No, then let us sally forth at once. Oh, Hildibrand tests me. He tests me so much. Hail to thee, fellow servant of justice! I take it you are one of the many tasked with transporting a counterfeit treaty blade? Clearly you've mistaken me for someone else, sir. At ease, Sergeant. They're with us, more small folk. Keep an eye on them, or else. But sir, I... Bugger me. Don't you bloody move until I get back. Say, is this land always so inhospitable? The biting winds, the endless snows. Mayhap keeping active will help keep me warm. Oh, and should I chance to find the thieving duelist, I will of course summon you, after administering the requisite beating. God. It's like a fucking Scooby-Doo episode over here. Good, you're still... Huh. Wasn't there someone else with you a moment ago? Ah, you speak of Greg. He ventured outside the gates mere moments before your arrival, full eager to catch the thief, as we are. Come, Nashu. We too must answer the call of duty. You look like you might actually be useful. Why don't you have a word with my man near the east gates? We've undermanned over there. Oh, and for the record... I have been bestowed the Manderville dance. It does not have any of the sound effects, but we will find a way to persevere. That's just mine now. I get to do it whenever I want. Yeah, it's just a dance, and it loops. It never stops. You see that just now? Nah. Aw, thank you. Yeah, so I made her a cat girl because they have the features closest to my avatar, and then I spent like a good hour in the gold saucer getting the rabbit ears. I don't think me eyes were playing tricks on me, but there's only one way to be sure. You wait here. Inspector, over there! Look, it was worth it. I'm very pleased. What is it, Nashu? Pray tell me what you see. What do your cat eyes see? Ah! I see you, demon bird, and you will not escape me this time. Why, hello there, my friends. Is aught amiss? Oh, it's just Greg. For a moment I thought we might have spotted our thief. Come on, Nashu, we've lingered here over long. We must egress post-haste. I can't believe I'm just standing here, allowing all of this to take place. I feel like I'm failing as a warrior of light. There's a little snowman. There is not out of the ordinary here either. No luck, We have scoured every elm of this area to no avail. I can only conclude that having learned that his opponent was to be the legendary Inspector Hildibrand, the duelist renounced his criminal ways and retreated into hiding. Or perhaps he is waiting patiently outside the walls for more weapons to leave. That being said, should you decide to venture into the wilderness, you best arm yourselves with more than your wits. I appreciate your concern, Miss Ellie, but a gentleman should abstain from violence unless absolutely necessary. I'll fight for you, Inspector. I even found a weapon to use. By the 12, is that the self-same spear which propelled me into the Red Moon? Wherever did you find it? It was buried in the snow. Well, one can't ignore the will of destiny. Return it to me, Nashu. Though I will still endeavor to avoid fisticuffs, I will be duly armed should worst come to worst. Now then, we begin our search for the duelist to the, east of the observatorium. God, everyone's IQ is dropping by the second, my own included. Cooler it's cold out here. Take your post, my good woman, and entrust your safety to me. Inspector Hildibrand is ready for battle. My character in specifically's IQ is dropping at an alarming rate. Either that, or she's like, I need to see where this is going. I need to see how this all plays out. Wherefore art thou, my nefarious nemesis? 'Twas not the selfsame creature, but one of many. Nevertheless, I know that my weapon is close by. You sense it too, don't you? Greg, I've been meaning to ask, why do you covet this weapon so? If you but beheld it, you would understand. In some ways, it bore resemblance to a spear, but in other respects it was quite different. It was crowned with a magnificent axe blade, to which was wielded a musket barrel. 'Twas one of the first weapons I added to my collection after arriving in these lands. Ah, how I yearned to reclaim it. The strongest of spears. That weapon of yours bears a striking resemblance to the strongest of spears! I claimed this weapon 5 years ago. Surely you can't be serious. Now you call me Shirley? No matter. Give it to me. Give it to me! The spear and I have traveled together to the very heavens. I will not relinquish it again. This spear and I have bested many a man together. I will not relinquish it again. Then we are at an impasse. This is stupid. I can't believe I'm saying this, but well done, Inspector. Thanks to you, we've caught the weapon thief in the act. Miss Ellie, you are grossly misreading our dispute. Greg is a good, honest man, who I am certain has never stolen a weapon in his life. Indeed, I have not. Every weapon I have claimed was by my rights. Each was a trophy for besting my opponent in single combat. I believe that constitutes a confession. Seize him. A confession to what I have done not wrong, but you are all beyond reason. Yes. My plan to secure Greg's confession was utterly flawless, and his capture will be my coup de grace. Well, my plan is thus far flawless. Griffin Crossing is still impossible. I know who you are, even if that imbecile doesn't. So let's not mince words. Only you have the skill to face the duelist in battle. Even so, your strength alone will not likely suffice. I suggest you muster what allies you can. That man truly is the smartest man here. I respect you so much, sir. But you need to get away from these people, or it will make you stupid. His name isn't really Greg, is it? It's not. Which way did he go, Akali? Did you see? Lest you find my advice unsupporting, I remind you that our duty supersedes any misbegotten notions of honor you may possess. I am begging you, sir, get on my horse and we will get out of here. We don't have to finish this. I can save you. I can save you from this quest line. Away! Get on my horse. My horse is amazing. Oh, Hildibrand. Nashu? Miss Ellie? Ah, my good woman. It is a relief to hear your footfalls. As you have doubtless deduced, I have been able to prevent Greg from escaping through the doors. I must leave the rest to you. Yes, it was I behind the doors this whole time! You took so long to arrive, I was getting worried that you might have gotten lost. Long did I wonder what your role in this play was. A silent guardian, content to watch events unfold with minimal interaction. At last, I understand. We were fated to duel, you and I. Best me, and you may have the spear. Fail, and your weapons are forfeit. Fair terms, do you not think? I will even extend them to your allies. I grant you leave to summon others. After all, it will avail you no advantage. For Gilgamesh is in beginning time. I used the word in beginning. Let's do this then. Oh, it's gonna take me 17 minutes to find a match, eh? Well, that's a little upsetting. 17 whole minutes. Okay. While we wait, while we gather our allies, we can do some in-between stuff. With the job quest, or they're not jobs, they're crafter quests. It's just too long to stand there looking at Hildibrand's ass. I have returned. I'm supposed to fight, like, duel this guy, but I'm really not interested in that. Let's make some potions. It seems some unexpected matter has Guildmaster Severin more agitated than usual. God, I know. Ah, I remember your face. This time, my most helpful assistant, and it is most fortuitous that I do, for the irksome effort I have expended in grooming your budding skills is about to be rewarded. My mewling subordinates have requested that I put aside my personal research for but a moment or two and shoulder a portion of the guild's workload, even going so far as to force upon me some other alchemist's petty task. What fools do they think I am? The sort of guild master that contributes in such mundane capacity? If they had wanted an accommodating drudge to head the guild, they should not have elected me to the post. Gods know there are others about this protestinary who would have been better suited for the leadership position. It is times such as these that I curse my blood ties to the syndicate. I would personally be content to eschew such tedious duties in favor of mine own work. Which of course brings us to this moment. It is with great relief that I entrust this matter of beeswax to you. 12 lumps of beeswax, to be precise. Yes, I know you would prove your worth before too long. Now to work! To work! Hey, I got 12 lumps of beeswax in my pocket right now. Are you impressed? Such bliss that my research might process, unhindered by bothersome requests. Speaking of which, have you created the beeswax as I asked? Did I? I have 106 beeswax just in my pocket. I am exploding with wax. These will never be used for the Sultana's bedchamber candles, but the quality is passable, I suppose. This is indeed a wonderful arrangement. Perhaps I should pass on to you the mantle of Guildmaster in its vexuous entirety. Now, the beeswax you have brought me, as you must surely realize, the purified form of the substance honeybees use to build their hives. Candles are the most obvious use for the refined material, but beeswax may also be used to enhance leather goods, or be mixed with dye to create painting supplies. It is not the most difficult material to create, though keeping the quality consistent for such a large basque speaks well of your attention to detail. I had sought to be content with not more than a convenient lackey at hand, but mayhap with further training... You must somehow supplement your studies, but I am loath to be parted from my workbench. Thankfully, I am aware of the perfect solution to this quandary. Tradecraft leaves. A selection of alchemical odd jobs should be available to you at the Adventurers Guild. Simply speak with the fellow at the desk. Eustace, I think it was. In any case, you should be provided with ample opportunity to practice your discipline and even receive payment while doing so. Remember, your improvement is my utmost concern. I don't believe you. I don't believe you for a second. Wait. Guildmaster Severin appears to be losing the battle against exhaustion. Then makes the too volatile... oh, it's you. Have you not yet learned to concoct potions in your sleep? Admittedly, the results are not always what one dreamed they would be. Now, might I deduce from your unrequested presence that you deem your skills sufficiently sharpened and seek further instruction, or do you simply derive some perverted sense of enjoyment from my irritable reaction? Whichever the case may be, alchemy is certainly a discipline for the curious, and the curious of nature. Allow me then to assign you another task. This time, I require you to create 1 potion of intelligence and 1 potion of dexterity. I am at a critical juncture in my research, so I shall dispense with any lengthy explanations. Surely you need not have me list every eye of newt and fang of bat you need at this point in your education? I have potions of dexterity, but not intelligence. To the surprise of no one. Beastskin blood. Make these 10 real quick. It'll be easy peasy. It's free XP. Oh man, with the way I've been reading and speaking, I don't think I had any potions of intelligence to begin with. Q, since you're here, are things running alright with the stream? It seems okay. It's still quite volatile, but nothing like what it was. Are the potions concocted and bottled? I shall field no questions or queries until this is done. That might be a you problem, though. Let me go to my channel very quickly. Oh yeah, mine's in 720. Oh, I didn't mean to change it. Yeah. 720. Okay. And it does seem to be running fine. Oh no, is it not good for you? I was having a rough day. But so long as it's not lagging and skipping. Okay, that's good. Considering the lack of guidance on my part, you have done tolerably well. As you have discovered, the main catalyst of a potion of intelligence is the primal essence of life, such as that found in the blood of beastkin, corals, and wolves, and the like. Okay, thank you, Koji. The effect is diminished should the blood be allowed to clot, but you seem to have avoided that novice mistake. Potions of dexterity, on the other hand, make use of finely ground bat fangs, the practice of using powdered from a form of fang, horn, or tusk in the creation of alchemical mixtures is an Eastern technique that I am glad to see you have willingly adopted. Either of these concoctions is beyond the skill of most neophyte alchemists. It comes as something of a surprise that my spotted bouts of instruction are proving so effective. In fact, in celebration of your achievement, it is only fitting that you deliver these triumphs to the guild customer in person. I shall regretfully remain behind in costs in my work. Your delivery will take you to the Colosseum, where you should seek a lady by the name of, what was her name? Ardia? And pray return to me once the task is complete. My favorite thing is that they give me names of these people like I would know them on sight, but because it's an MMO. You wouldn't just tell somebody. Where am I going? Gladiators Guild? Oh, are you from... Oh, are you from the Alchemist Guild? I thought my order would never arrive. You do have the potions, don't you? Yeah, drink up. Are these the ones I asked for? I don't know, I thought the vials would be a little more ornate. Well, I must do something to pretty them up before I present them to Franz the Fair. I suppose I should be glad it was you in charge of my request and not the guildmaster. I mean, one hears stories about the head of the Alchemist Guild. To be honest, I was half expecting the potions to hold some foul liquid, if they held anything at all. They say Severin has powerful concoctions and more gil than he can count, but all he does is waste away at his workbench performing experiments. What kind of research could possibly be so important that he would spend every moment chained to his chemical devices? But listen to me gossiping away when I have gifts to prepare. I do hope my beloved friends will be impressed. Everyone's talking shit about my good friend Severin, who's never done anything wrong, ever. Oh, my loyal assistant. The task is done. I'm sure I made not the slightest mention of any task. But now that you mention it, I do seem to recall dropping some niggling irritation into your capable hands. And what then has transpired? I see. More concerned with the vessel than the contents, was she? Huh. I don't expect much more from those who are not intimately acquainted with alchemy's true beauty. Of course, I'm finding that I can no longer count on you, I can no longer count you among the rabble. Should you continue down this path of mastery, the day might come when you, too, might join me for the quest of alchemy's ultimate... Oh, yes, I almost forgot the matter of payment. Now we both must be returning to our work. Oh. No! Guildmaster Severin wishes to test your growing proficiency with a new task. My able assistant. I recognize that look of intense hunger. You wade waist deep in the mire of alchemy. Well, it is that you display such a desire, for I stand ready with a task that will further test and expand your proficiency. I have a request from an arcanist by the name of I have a request from a certain arcanist. He requires an alchemist to construct him an engraved hard leather grimoire. But as so often is the case, the matter is not so simple as it appears. Yew logs, one of the materials used in the creation of the tome, will not be found in any location of Ul'dah. Thus it falls to you to, take up botany and gather the material yourself? Or, almost as Botherum, scour the market boards of the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. And, as if this endeavor were not already sufficiently laborious, the client also requests that the tome be enhanced with materia. Must I explain materia to you? Very well. Materia is the crystallized essence of a well-used piece of gear, the physical manifestation of an item's history with its wielder, if you will. It is not well understood exactly how these crystals work, but they have the effect of improving the properties of the objects to which they are attached. Do not expect me to provide a lecture of the intricacies of crafting materia. There is a goblin at the bonfire in central Thanalan who has more than willing to babble on about such things. Mutamix? Yes, that was his name, Mutamix. As for the type of materia, the Arcanist was specific in his lack of specificity. You are free to experiment whichever kind you wish. Glorious! Bring the materia in Hand's tome to me once it is complete. Meanwhile, I shall be shifting through my memory for the name of our expectant client. I believe I have this book that he desires. Materia enhanced. Engraved. I do. It's right here. But I cannot put materia into it myself. But I do believe I have materia. Critical hit? Hell yeah. I just have to... I don't know where that materia came from, but I sure do have it. Holy beans. Hello? Why no go? Why no go? Frick. Okay. Then I'll solve this problem on my own and create my own materia. Spell speed in a summoner book? Hell yeah. I can't, I can't put anything really strong in there, it wouldn't let me. Summoners love spell speed. They love that shit. Spell speed? Hell yeah. Summoners don't like spell speed. This man is gonna look at me and be like, am I a joke to you? And I'm gonna say yes. Because as a former summoner main, you're an absolute clown. I have every confidence in your aptitude for these time-consuming errands. You do recall your task, yes? I shall be needing the leather-bound tome with the materia attached, if I am to strike this undesirable duty from my list of distractions. When I did this quest on my main, the cheapest materia there was Piety, which is this healer-only materia, and I slapped 3 Piety in there. I was like, it's like, maybe that'll help your shitty physics spell. You'll finally be able to heal, perhaps in triple digits. And not a moment too soon. You may see for yourself the Arcanist's reaction to your undoubtedly fine work. I sent word for when he should visit the guild forthwith, thus avoiding the tiresome business of delivery. Great Thalik, it is a masterful creation to be my grimoire, and look, it is bound with materia, just as I asked. What materia? Don't worry about it. Would you expect aught less from the assistant of the guildmaster himself? Now, Arcanist, before you depart, perhaps you might favor the creator of your new tome with an explanation of its nature. The nature of my grimoire? Well, yes, of course. For an Arcanist to weave his spells, he must conjure in his mind the image of distinct mystical diagrams known as the arcane geometries. These geometries are inscribed upon the pages of a grimoire, such as the one you constructed at my request. The most important aspect of any grimoire is the quality of the ink used to illustrate its pages. Geometries, drawn with ink that is especially conducted to the flow of aether, allow the Arcanist to more effectively channel his magical strength. Thus, when one is in need of a new grimoire, they must turn to an expert in the making of this liquid gold, an alchemist. And Thalik be praised I was blessed with the attentions of a true artist. Should I ever wish to add or enhance my tome, I know exactly to whom I will turn. Thank you, Master Alchemist. Master Alchemist now, is it? I suppose you must appear so to the uninitiated. Fairly faulty perceptive though it may be, it is cause for exultation. You should cast aside modesty and bask in the glow of your accomplishment. But do not let your ambition wither in the shadow of satisfaction, unless of course you wish to remain an assistant forever. What if I do? What if that's my dream? Well, we've done all that we can do here. I did 3 alchemy quests, and I'm still waiting for this Q to pop. As a healer, no less. It's insulting. Dun, dun, dun. I know, it's disgusting. Alright. Time for me to bumble through whatever this man's trying to say to me. Legless wants you to learn about other aspects of the restaurant business. Oh, can I be a waiter? Right good of you to drop in again, Akali. You'd be surprised how many of your guildmates stop coming all together, thinking they know all that needs knowing. But as any scholarly would tell you, learning never stops, and I speak from experience. There's some who say I'm the best in the realm, but that ain't a day that passes that I don't discover something new. Now, you and me, we're chefs first and foremost, but there's more to the restaurant business than just cooking. That's why I want you to speak to Lathia, our bookkeeper. Before coming to us, she herself was a scholarly doing customer's work at Melvin's Gate. You stand to learn much more, seeing things from her perspective. Kali, the chef who prepared Lola Rita's meal in the guildmaster's stead. Thanks to your heroics, the Bismarck's reputation came through unscathed. We all owe you for that. So what brings you to my counter? Master Legeth would have you learn about the restaurant business at large? You say? Why, of course it would be my pleasure to share with you such knowledge as I possess. But before we can begin, I could do with a bite to eat. It has been a long and busy shift, and I haven't had the chance to sit down to a proper meal. By way of board, might I trouble you to prepare some ratatouille for me? And call me spoiled, but please make sure it is most exquisite. Serving, you can imagine. My thanks in advance. Aw, beans. Aw, beans, I don't have any of these things. Let's, mosey down to the market board. Oh, I actually don't know what I'm looking for. Rabbit-tooie! Yes! Yes! These are going to be very expensive, I think. Perhaps not. Oh, got 1 eggplant. I should buy high quality. And I need a zuck. I'm actually surprised zucks are not more expensive. And I think a ruby tomato is at the actual guild. No. Okay. Well. It took 25 minutes. Afternoon! Damn. "25 minutes. Well, that's okay. We did a lot of alchemy stuff, so. Oh, Jesus.
Go on, AU. It's Toad, your favorite. I admit it. Fighting all 8 of you is just too much for me. Not? Ha! I lied! Empathy! Why, I've been hurt! This is far from the strongest of spears. I feel so betrayed. Goodness gracious. I, just remembered something.
Oh no!
I must say, I quite enjoy these tussles. I feel we've gained an understanding. An understanding that I will pound you silly!
Look at all these chickens!
Rocket, punch! Rocket, punch!
Yak! That's not appropriate here. Oh no, I'm little. Please, God. Well, now I'm gonna beat this black mage to death with my stick. Get him! Oh, there we go. I'm not confused anymore.
Well then. That's enough of a beating for now.
That's just how my cues are. It's always, tits up. The runs are never smooth. Why, Greg? Why? Are you dead again, Inspector? How many swords did he drop? Well, wait. Doesn't that one look just like Elazar's sword? I would, but you were sleeping. But even to my untrained eye, this is obviously a counterfeit blade, and so is this one, and this one! What in the world? I thought he was also a player, and I was like, hey, what's up? What do you got to say, Mr. Michael Hope? Alone, yet still unarmed. In any case, he seems satisfied with the halberd. We will proceed with the delivery. Where are we going? Vesper Bay. Wait, no, I will never pay to go to Horizon again. I will. I have one coming up. I'm about to start patch 2.2. So there will be something there. But it's gonna be a hot minute. Oh, I was walking away. I was gonna go talk to Minfilia. She's not even there anymore. Is she? No, she's not. Ah, 'tis more magnificent than I imagined. 'Twill make a fine addition to my collection. Why are you fighting? And with that, our business concluded. Cheers. I genuinely mean that in your case, by the way. Aw. All's well that ends well, right, Inspector? Though it's a shame that Greg turned out to be the thief. There you are, Inspector Briarden. Why did you not wait for me at the docks? Why are you all staring at me so? Never mind. Where is my treaty blade? But didn't we just give you the treaty blade? Disguise yourself as the client and let the treaty blade come to you. Take advantage of an existing situation to distract us from the real crime. Brilliant. The man in red never spoke of the treaty blade, only the halberd. Moreover, he always issued his challenges in person. Dear gods, isn't it obvious? What is it like in your funny little brains? It must be so boring. If the man in red did not send the challenge, then who did? I warned this man to stay away from these people. I told him. I said, you have to get out of this side quest. It will only make you stupid. I believe this one is addressed to me, condescending Inspector Briarden. Piss off! 400 years have I slept, 1,000 faces do I wear. What is yours will be mine. I shall come to claim the Lapis Maiden's virtue. A many-faced phantom thief. Interesting. The design of the wording are the same as before. The thief who stole the treaty blade sent this. Very well, I, and I alone, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector, extraordinaire, once more accept your challenge. You want a challenge, huh? Stand and face me, you buffoon. How dare you all laugh at a time like this, after allowing my precious treaty blade to be stolen? And you, Maria. Well, I suppose it is a little funny, isn't it? The two of them dashing to and fro, a pair of gentlemen mummers. You know, it's been far too long since we've seen a show. We should head into the city later, just you and me. Not bad, Hildy. Not bad at all. You are indeed a Manderville man. Mark of my face. O phantom of many faces. It is the face of the... Well... The fiend dares lay claim to the fair maiden's virtue. A seeds of jealousy quicken within the inspector's soul. Can true love bloom on this battlefield? Will this Manderville man find his Manderville wife? Hey! What's with the goggles those men are wearing? They look special. Maybe if I ask nicely, they'll give me a pair. I guess we'll find out next time. No. No more of that. No more of that. We'll come back to it. No more Hildibrand. I bet people have dialogue. Yeah? New dialogue? No. Same dialogue. No. New dialogue. No, same dialogue. Tataru seemed new. No, that's right. Thancred's being gross over there. Okay. I am taking this last brain cell with me. They cannot have it. Minfilia has a new assignment for you. Truly there is no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself at home when I received a request from the assistants from Amalja and Sons Mineral Concern. It would appear their storehouse in Horizon has been target of a large series of covert robberies. Minor as they seem in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifests were long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during the concern's annual audit that a pattern became apparent. I don't know, Koji. Oh, speaking of beans, Yak made me do a drink. And I forgot. Because everything was tits up. I don't even remember what you can do with all those beans. I need to redo the beans. I need to do better things with the beans. Significant quantities of crystals, and only crystals were missing. I need hardly tell you what that may imply. The brass blades charged with investigating the thefts believe that someone within the concern is selling the crystals for profit. Alas, they have as yet been unable to identify a likely suspect, and the concern's profiteers have grown frustrated by their lack of progress. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods not been of mere monetary value. If there is even a possibility that the thief acts not only out of self-interest but in service to a primal, we can ill afford to wait for the blades to realize their mistake. Pray depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with Y'shtola when you arrive. She and Thancred have already begun a preliminary investigation. I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope our fears prove unfounded when you do. I have to walk to Horizon. How the tables have tabled. Oh no, wait. It's not like that at all. I thought I was still in the Waking Sands for whatever reason. Oh, Akali, your assistance is most welcome. I've already spoken at length with the brass blades of the Rose, albeit to little avail. It would seem that the thieves took great pains to conceal their activities. I could go into further detail, but your time might be better spent in conversation with Fula Uppa. He is the officer charged with leading the investigation, and I would only be repeating that which he relayed to me. If aught eluded my attention, mayhap it will not elude yours. Jesus, I almost got run over. Oh, hello there, Akali, was it? Y'shtola said to expect you. Terrible business, these thefts. We have yet to confirm the quantity of crystals stolen, but I dare say it may be greater than... but never mind that. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection and broke through one of our checkpoints on the Royal Alagon Sunway. The cart bolted off toward eastern Thanalan, where, thank the gods, I hear that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident. A speeding carriage. That would seem a curious choice for thieves of such proven cunning. Yet the Amalja do have a foothold in eastern Thanalan. And what of their cargo? Did they carry the crystals we seek? We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I fail to see what else it could... Did you miss me, friends? I am back, but I fear I come bearing disappointing news, or on second thought, perhaps it's good news after all. Thancred, wherever have you been off to? I figured you had everything under control here, so I took a brief excursion to the east to check up on our Amulja friends. And wouldn't you believe it, I happened upon a runway carriage on the way, and was even able to do a small part to help my friends at the Brass Blades intercept it. In all my years, I've never seen such a prodigious quantity of summoners. The Blades were calling it one of the greatest hauls they'd ever seen. The stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found. Is that so? Oh, alas, I suppose we have no choice but to resume the search elsewhere. We should assess our options as well. Come with us, Akali. And so we find ourselves back where we began. What have I overlooked? He's a little baby man. Against all expectation, it would seem the Amulja are innocent of this particular spate of crimes. By all indications, they have yet to replenish the stores of crystal exhausted during their last attempt to summon Ifrit. What I cannot fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to obtain crystals and in such quantities. It cannot be that we are dealing with simple thieves. If their motive were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly we are missing something. While you think about what it might be, I shall inform Urianger of our progress, or lack thereof.
Now then.
I can finally stop talking.
'Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Oh, very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's Toll. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
Urianger really said don't be horny.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
Simply do not be horny. Especially in this game, it is not allowed. Thancred wishes to discuss how to proceed with the investigation. Any bright ideas? A solitary flash of insight? No? Well then, for want of a better suggestion, I say we try picking up Fufulaba's brain again. Who knows, if we work together... That is a spoiler? You spoils? You spoils in my chat? Who knows, if we work together, we may yet find something of use nestled away within it. No, it's okay. We're about to find out in like 2 seconds. Man. Unless she said she was from Doma. I was too busy being so very glad that I didn't have to talk anymore. This was a very long way to fly to this small man. Oh, but it is good to see you return. I have given some thought to the matter, and I have just hit upon a most disturbing possibility. How could I have been so blind? Calm yourself, Fufulpa. What is the disturbing possibility of which you speak? I was contemplating as to how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long, and then it came to me. What if there is someone among our own ranks conspiring with them, a traitor in our own midst? It would be most unfortunate if your fears prove well-founded, Fufulpa. Indeed, if for reasons of scrutiny the concern decided to transfer the remaining crystals stored in Horizon to another location, their plans would be discovered the moment the brass blades were informed. But such a shipment would surely be well guarded. Would thieves as wily as ours risk open confrontation? Mayhap not, but neither would the concern be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they might instead elect to carry out the transfer in secret, to entrust the goods to, let us say, a lone Mikote miner traveling without escort so as not to attract undue attention. Oh! I had no idea. But who? I see. Yes, the concern may well elect to do that. But to travel with so much cargo would be a strenuous task indeed, and this miner would certainly... Oh, I'm reading the wrong person. I see, and the concern may well elect to do that, but to travel with so much cargo would be a strenuous task indeed, and this miner would certainly need to rest upon the way, mayhap north of the bridge to Hammerlaya. A fine spot for a rest, would you not agree, Akali? Alas, the role of the Mikote miner is taken, so you will lie in wait to the north, and I will do the same to the south. Why don't I get to be the Mikote miner? Ahem. Forgive me, my friends, but I have received new orders. I must inform my men at once. Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if those thieves lay down their arms and surrender. See that you come prepared to offer them some encouragement. Everybody's here. I always feel bad when I miss people's birthdays, even though there's like no possible way for me to know. I feel like I failed. Goodness gracious, tap targeting. What? Look how cute she is. She's got a little miner hat. Stubborn to the last, as expected. You are unharmed? A gang of sea wolf thieves and Anthanalan, no less. I suppose there's a first time for everything. Sea wolves, all of them? Aye, and all with the same taste in facial tattoos. Blue, in case you were wondering. Ah, thieves are a long way from home. Thancred, if you would be so good as to attend the outstanding matters in Horizon, I have inquiries to make. To Horizon, then. Fuluapa will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves. This tale does not require a bard's embellishment. Simply tell Fulapapa what transpired. I want to pronounce this little man's name wrong every time I say it. On behalf of the Brass Braids of the Roads, I thank you for your service to Horizon. But we have not been idle. While you were afield, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. If that's so, then by your leave, I would very much like to have a word with the fellow in private. No, I'm afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, he managed to subdue the unit of Blades dispatched to detain him and made good on his escape. Ah, for the love of... And how did he manage that, exactly? Your men haven't been sampling the somnus we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? No, he was quite strong. A sea-wolf. Lominson born and raised, I believe. But do not worry, we will find him. You have my word on that. I see. Pray keep me apprised of any developments. Yes, she's standing next to me. Understood. I fear our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know, but one must follow where duty leads. You might try to look a little disappointed, or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? Thancred has information on your next assignment. The antecedent bid me tell you to make for Vesper Bay, where young Alphino awaits your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident, I am not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is Alphino has planned for you, I shall endeavor to track down our traitorous Blast Blade. And when I do, you may rest assured that we will have our answers. Big Chungus. What? Well, I gotta kill these birds. It's important. They were marked. How will I ever get my level 50 ring? My shitty level 50 ring. Oh well. You are late. No matter. I know where our visitors are headed. From what I have been able to gather, this vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You are familiar with Doma, yes? And Othard? Well, like the rest of the nations of the eastern continent, it is ruled by the Garlean Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of the ship, I suspect that they did not leave their homeland under the best of circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear their tale. And more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We would be fools not to pursue this opportunity, do you not think? Come with me to Ulda, Akali. Unless I am mistaken, and I rarely am mistaken, you will find the Domans bickering with a sultan sworn on the royal promenade. You are uncertain of your role in the proceedings? Insurance. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may be being pursued by some, and if not, who better than you to have on hand in the event of unforeseen diplomatic incident? Besides, I do so enjoy your sparkling repertoire. Satisfied? Good. I shall see you in Ulda. Alphino's kind of an asshole. Look at all them beans. It matters not how many times you ask. Without the necessary permissions, none shall pass. Pray understand, good sir, we have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior. Allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness. Away with you, and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again. You know not what you do. I gather your pleas fell upon deaf ears. A loyal man with a cold heart. I know his kind well. I hope that you find me more to your liking. Alphino Levier, at your service. A friend. Which I believe makes us very nearly unique in this part of the world, at least. Few indeed are your allies in Ul'dah, yet you will need some if you wish to endeavor yourselves to the wealthy and powerful. Pray join me and my associate in the quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us, and we shall see if there is aught we can do to help. All the way back to the Adventurers Guild. Master Alphino's associate, yes? We have been waiting for you. I trust you are ready to begin.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Ul'dah are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but Your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Uldar unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
If I may, madam, as I said earlier, we have been at sea for some several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tales of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them, I think. Suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made. Though it shames me to beg for more, when you have already offered so much, desperation compels me. Good madam, if you or your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. Hells, why didn't you say so sooner, Akali? Of course I'll help. You couldn't have picked a better day, to tell the truth. A wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow, see? But just sent word they can't come, meaning I got a boatload of foodstuffs and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance. Ha ha! Go and call on Frodra and Catherine at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell them I said to ship the little prince's order to the Wakened Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show them those letters. That should set them straight. What? My, that's a rather odd request. Mayhap you misheard her instructions? You know, you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it, you mark my words. She's in the business of feeding refugees now. I ain't normally one to question Mistress Mondi's judgment, but that doesn't seem wise to me. I'll not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man that can't earn a crust deserves to go hungry. They didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now go and tell Lady Yagiri it's all in hand. I dared not hope for such magnanimity, much less expect it. Mistress Madomi is generous indeed. I shall be sure to thank her most humbly. Lady Yagiri, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you will be pleased with his reply. We have been granted an audience? Before the Sultana and the Syndicate both. We should both return to the Royal Promenade at once. You have done much for us, Master Elfino. I swear we shall return the favor. Naught is owed, Lady Yagiri, for naught has been given. This small favor you fairly won with your words, and it is with words that you must win the favor of the Syndicate. Then I shall choose them with care. You will be accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that Nothing so unpalatable will be required of them, assuming the Domans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us in the Royal Promenade. Ugh. Oh. Oh, I want this so badly. This Cat Sith minion came with the if you pre-ordered Heaven's Word, so he is unavailable to someone like me who has a great need. Telegy Adelegy. We must make pains to illustrate how accepting the Domans would benefit Ul'dah. Only then might the Syndicate be swayed. Bards sing of wars which decided the fates of nations, but a single word spoken within a council chamber is more than like to decide that of mine own. I wish to greet our guests beforehand and offer my support for their cause. Doman, Ul'dan, it matters not to me. Birthplace does not equate to birthright in mine eyes. I take great pride in my establishments for this very reason. The Platinum Mirage in particular serves as a showcase for the talents of countless men and women born beyond our borders. A pleasure, Akali. Others are inside already. Let us not keep them waiting.
I, Ugiri of Doma, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Ugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Doma, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the Purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow.
She's very good.
Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
He is a fancy little man.
The law is the law.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes. The law is the law, and so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than Gil.
Oh, but the law is the law.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future.
Your establishment.
Ul'dah's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage have fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace, and I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
It bears repeating that Lord Lolorito does not speak for the Syndicate. The others harbor doubts, I will allow, but in time they shall see the error of their ways. As Lolorito goes, so goes the Syndicate. My people could not endure another sea voyage, but if Ul'dah will not accept us, what choice have we? Roban would like to discuss how to handle the Doman refugees. As you observed, Lolorito is not afraid to speak his mind, nor is he like to change it. Oft have I wondered how a man so skilled at weighing the worth of things should be so incapable of seeing the value in people. I will not waste no more words on him, not when the Domans are yet in need of aid. Everyone, follow me to the Hall of Flames. What? I need to go this way. They're all doing the Manderville dance. I can't escape. I just can't escape. Mayhap I should have considered the likelihood of failure more deeply beforehand. I will not deny that certain portions of the refugee population have been a burden on the Sultanate, but I take issue with my counterpart's contention that they account for the majority, as they are plainly mistaken. Even so, we must not think ill of them for wishing to protect our great nation. A galleon is no place for my people, for any people, to call home. This cannot continue. The Syndicate has spoken, and I see no point in moving the matter be reconsidered. The Monetarists have made their position clear. Agreed. Ul'dah is not an option. Nor are Limsa Lominsa or Gridania, I judge given the state of their internal affairs. Which leaves our Doman friends confined to a ship. Gods, the thought of them hauled in an airless hold with no hope of better treatment. Would that I had more time for an alternative, a place not bound by the concerns of many great nations. Minfilia, that is precisely what I wish to discuss. I understand the Syndicate's decision, I do. We all wish to preserve that which is ours, especially when we believe it under siege. But I cannot meekly accept this judgment, not while my people suffer. Would it be out of the question for the Sultanate to accept us for a limited time, a week mayhap, or even just a few days? Excellent, I shall keep you informed. Lady Yuguri, I have a proposal if you would hear it. Out with it, Master Alphino. The headquarters of my order, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, stands in a place called Reverence Toll, an outpost in Mordona. Like most outposts, it is frequented by mercenaries and other men of action and lacks the comforts of more well-established settlements. However, the leaders of Reverence Toll have been doing their utmost to change that. To that end, they have need of able-bodied individuals willing to work as frontier hands, hard labor, lest you doubt, with naught save food and shelter by way of reward. Terms not unlike those which you yourself proposed, Lady Yuguri. Though I would not hear a word said against our beloved Ul'dah, Reverence Toll would offer certain advantages, the absence of unhelpful bureaucracy being the most obvious. It can accommodate all of us. We shall gladly accept. Master Alphino, once again I find myself in your debt. Pray do not thank me, my lady. The life your people go to is one of hard labor and few comforts. As I told you, and before that, there remains the matter of how they may be safely borne to Reverence Toll, which will be no small feat, considering the distance and their present condition. Mayhap the Ul'dah Adventurers Guild can be of assistance. Look for me there anon, Akali. Lady Yuguri, if you and your people would accompany me, we may discuss what aid the Immortal Flames can provide. Hello. Hello, Zap. Oh, goodbye. Wow, it's the wife. Goodbye. Thank you so much for stopping by. We are concerned that the Doman refugees may find the journey to Reverence Toll too much to bear. Too long have they been sequestered aboard their ship, with insufficient supplies and scarce room enough to breathe, let alone stretch their limbs. With that in mind, Mistress Momadi has kindly offered to accommodate the Domans until such time as they are ready to set out for Mordona. Those healthy enough to travel will embark as soon as transportation has been secured, while those too weak will leave at once. Will be permitted to stay until they regain their strength. What news? Transportation remains our greatest obstacle. Is there aught the Immortal Flames can do? I fear that exceeds our mandate. Were it a smaller number, mayhap it would go unnoticed, but the Syndicate will not bear the cost of escorting more than 200 Domans to Mordona. When government fails to act, the responsibility falls to us private citizens. I will engage the services of 77 caravans on the Doman's behalf. Very well. We should begin contract negotiations at once. Your generosity is most welcome, my lord. After all that has befallen these good people, it is the least I can do. Come what may, you shall ever have a friend in Ul'dah, Lady Yuguri. And you in Reverence Toll, my lord. Well, it sounds like you all have a lot of work to do. Lady Yuguri, let's put our heads together and settle the details of our arrangement, shall we? I would entrust the task of escorting our Doman friends to you. After you have rested your own road-weary legs, of course. What say you? just about time, and I am not as far into this as I thought. There's quite a bit to go. That'll work out. We can finish 2.2 and do the second part of the coils tomorrow. Oh, no, not tomorrow. On next Saturday. I will do one more quest run because the first 30 minutes of stream were a disaster with all those technical difficulties. So, well, we will wrap up in the next 10, I do believe. Alphino has in mind to send you to Vesper Bay. As we speak, the Domans prepare for departure at Vesper Bay, wherefore they will transport by carriage to Ul'dah. That said, this has all been decided rather suddenly, and it would not surprise me if the refugees required some assistance in coordinating their preparations. Akali, I would have you return to Vesper Bay and facilitate the process, though tasks great and small. In short, whatever must needs be done, do it. Speak with a man named Hosen when you arrive. As Lady Yuguri tells it, he has been designated the leader of the first group. Yeah, just one more string, I think. Which means I lied to Yag, and we will not be getting to the trial today, and I'm sorry. Greetings. Alphino informed me that a scion would be arriving to help with the preparations. I am honored to meet you, though shamed as well. A great warrior should not be tasked with such trivialities. I knew from a glance what manner of woman you were. I too have some skill at arms, as do many of our people. Pray forgive this trifle, and might I trouble you to help round up the children that have been given into my care? They are most adept at staying hidden from sight, but perhaps your keen eyes will succeed where I have failed. You have my thanks, my friend. Pray seek out my son Yozen and tell him more. He'll tell you more. Yozen? Oh, hello there. I'm Yozen, son of Hosen. Will you be coming with us to Ul'dah? I hear you're traveling by a horse-bird-drawn carriage. But don't you think they're queer? Giant birds that people ride like horses? I still want to try riding one, but... What's that? You're looking for the others. Don't worry. I already told them to get ready for the carriages. I'll need your help, though. We were just finishing a game of hide and seek. 3 players are still hiding, and since Lady Yuguri told us to take it really seriously, they won't move until they're found. But Vesper Bay isn't that big, so I bet you can find them in no time. Hey, you're not Yozen. Who are you? I'm Koharu. A Kaliana, eh? I didn't know anyone else was... Wait a minute. You're one of those, stallions, aren't you? No, scions! Then you must know Lady Yuguri, right? Isn't she great? She's really good at hide and seek, too. Oh, right. It's almost time to go. Nice meeting you, Akaliana. Are you playing? Oh, no fair! Yozen didn't say anything about adults. We get to ride a horsebird carriage? I don't know, it sounds scary, but if Yozen says it's safe, I'll go. How'd you find me? I guess I need more practice. Or maybe you're just good at this? I mean, the Garleans didn't find me. Wonderful. All the children are accounted. Hide and seek. Ah, I see that you are curious. It's quite simple, really. Lady Yuguri thought it best the children know what to do in case the Garleans found us. I should hope that those days are behind us, but I nevertheless take comfort in knowing that we are prepared. Oh, I did say that would be the end of it. Okay, that is all I can do for today. I am so sorry about the beginning of the stream. That will be hard to, oh gosh, I don't even know if that first part is, like, usable. It was missing so many frames. It was a 65 to 75% frame drop. It was crazy and I could not fix it, but I'll see if I can salvage it and put it on YouTube eventually. If not, we just missed the beginning of the Hildibrand quest. No big deal. Anything that was missed, I explained when I came back. But thank you so much for being here and putting up with all those very bad technical difficulties. Again, I'm so sorry. I've never had that happen before. But if you are looking for more of me and what I do, you can find in my About page my YouTube, my Discord, and my Twitter, all of which will have updates and links to everything that I'm doing. And yes, I will be back on Tuesday at 2 p.m. EST with the Darkest Dungeon, where we will finally be going inside the Darkest Dungeon. So that's very exciting. And then at 6 p.m. EST, we will be playing more Pillars of Eternity. We are also hitting an endgame with that of sorts. I am not quite sure. But I hope to see you there. If not, if you are just here for Final Fantasy XIV, I will be back on Saturday at 5 p.m. EST. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you all have a very lovely evening. Goodbye!